As a law enforcement officer, I attest that my fundamental duty is to serve mankind, to safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder, and to respect the constitutional rights of all persons to ensure liberty, equality, and justice.
Welcome to a very special holiday edition of Gainesville PD On Duty, the show that takes you behind the badge of the Gainesville Police Department. My name is Officer Ben Tobias, and I'm the spokesperson for the agency. Joining me today is a familiar face, Detective Matt Geckel. Like myself, this is Matt's favorite time of the year, so I had to invite him to join.
Thanks, Ben. But what about your silly rules about not celebrating the holidays or Christmas before Thanksgiving? Isn't it a little early for you?
Matt, this won't air until after Thanksgiving. It's a magic of television.
Oh, okay. But for the record, Officer Ben Tobias is breaking his own rule and engaging in holiday-themed activities before Thanksgiving. Today's filming date is November 22nd.
Okay, let's just get into the show.
Okay.
On today's episode, we talk about a program GPD uses to educate the public on vehicle burglary prevention. Then we'll discuss holiday safety and finish with a segment that is guaranteed to make you smile. You hear us constantly talk about vehicle burglary prevention. It's one of those crimes that affects us all. GPD officers and detectives work very hard to investigate these crimes once they happen, but we also try equally as hard to prevent them before they occur. One of our methods is by educating the public with vehicle security report cards. Officer Michael Cavett is one of our patrol officers that conducts more inspections than many. We recently rode with him to learn about these vehicle report cards and the effects they have on crime.
My name's Officer Mike Cavett. I'm a patrol officer with the City of Gainesville. I have been employed with the city for 13 years. And today we're going to be going out and doing vehicle report cards. The purpose behind doing the vehicle report cards is to help remind the citizens to keep their property and valuables locked up so they don't become a victim of a crime. So today we're going to be heading to the southwest part of town, over to the student complex areas. Last week we had a few break-ins over there, so we tried to get out into those areas where we've noticed that there's been a little uptick in crime to try to help educate other people in the area to not become a victim of a crime. I'm out here doing vehicle report cards. Basically, we're just walking around making sure that you're not leaving valuables out in plain sight. We've had an increase in vehicle burglaries around here. So as a part of crime prevention, we're out here just letting people know whether their vehicle passed or failed and leaving a report card on it and letting you know whether you passed or failed. Any questions? No. You guys have a good day.
Thank you.
On the front, it has vehicle report card. It has today's date and my ID number. And on the bottom, I like to point out, this is not a ticket. On the back here, it has all the information to lock your car, take your keys, and hide your valuables. And on the back here, we let you know whether your vehicle passed or failed. If it passes, we just circle it as pass and we leave it underneath your windshield wiper. Or if it fails, try to mark off on here on this checklist whether your doors appeared unlocked, or if you left valuables out in plain view, you left keys in the vehicle, or a window was open, or other. And other to me is like if you left like bags or something that would indicate it was some sort of valuable. So this is a crime prevention tool that we try to do a couple hours each night, walking around different complexes and letting people know the importance of keeping your valuables locked up. So basically when I look at a vehicle, I just take a cursory look and I look to see, one, if I see any electronics out, and this car here passed. I didn't see any electronics, I didn't see any GPSs, I didn't see any radars, any bags or valuables left out. The more I see pass, the less likely I'm going to have to come out and take a report later for their car being broken into. So I never ever want to see people fail, but so this car here has the window left open on it. A criminal could easily reach in, open the door, take anything out of the vehicle, or potentially steal the vehicle. When I do vehicle inspections, I try to think like a criminal. I try to think what is of value in the vehicle and what is something that, if I was a criminal, what I would steal. So that's the kind of mindset I have when I go and do these, when I look through vehicles to determine whether they pass or fail. So this one left a wallet in here. We take down the registration number of the vehicles This information gets forwarded to our crime prevention unit for follow-up with the crime prevention office. They try to contact the registered owners and try to give them crime prevention tips to help keep them from becoming a victim of vehicle burglary. Having a blind helps people walking down the sidewalk being able to look into the vehicle, and it helps to keep the vehicle dark, so if there is anything in there, it's harder to see what's inside the vehicle. So another suggestion I have for people is, for instance, this car has charging cables left out. If I was a criminal and I saw a charging cable like that, I would be more willing to try to get into a vehicle where I saw a charging cable with the hopes of maybe it leading me to a cell phone or a GPS unit, radar, or some other electronic device. On all electronic equipment, they have a make, model, and serial number. You should have stored that information someplace safe in your house. We need that information so we can then go ahead and enter it into crime database, and we run those numbers and it comes back as being stolen. At least now we know who has your stolen property, and we can better be able to get that property back to you. So this person here failed. They left a purse on the back seat. So a lot of times we'll see, it might only be a gym bag, but people will break into a car to take that bag with the hopes of finding something of value inside that bag. We have what's called felony lane here in the city of Gainesville. And what they do is they look for vehicles like that where there's easy access. They quickly get into your vehicle. Within a minute or two, they're in and out of your car and your valuables are gone. And when they get in, most of the time they're looking for your wallet, they're looking for a purse, they're looking for some sort of bag that might contain those kind of valuables in them. So yes, you might only be leaving your vehicle for a minute or two. Best suggestion, shut your car off, lock your car, and take your valuable with you. That way you're sure that your valuable is going to be there when you get back to your vehicle, and your vehicle is going to be there. I did one vehicle inspection in the northwest part of town where someone had left their window down, left their wallet on the passenger seat with about $200 worth of cash out just laying out on the seat, and there was no one around the vehicle. And I'm like, I just couldn't believe my mind that someone would be so cavalier and just leave stuff out like that and expect it to be there. So out of 79 vehicle inspections we did, we had 10 vehicle failures for various reasons, either leaving GPS units out in plain sight, cameras out, book bags, wallets, change. So if I can prevent one person from being a victim of a crime by doing this, then I think I've done a good deed. I've made one person one less victim of a crime.
We hope that if you receive a vehicle report card, you pass. Keep in mind that criminals look for the path of least resistance, so make sure your vehicle is secure, and they'll move along to the next target. After the break, we remind you how to stay safe during the holiday season. Don't go anywhere. Gainesville PD on duty. We'll be right back.
The time of the accident, I did not have any protective gear on, and I never thought I'd be hit. The only thing that anybody driving a scooter or motorcycle can do is wear protective gear, because that's really something that could save your life. My scooter was totaled. I have no desire to get that fixed. I never want to see it again, and I will never ride a scooter again.
It's after midnight. Most likely you're asleep, safe in your home. Somebody is there, watching out for you, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. The Gainesville Police Department is on patrol.
Report of suspect attempting to enter residence.
283, I'm en route.
The Gainesville Police Department. When you need us, we're there.
courageous calm in the face of danger, scorn, or ridicule. Develop self-restraint and be constantly mindful of the welfare of others. Honest in thought and deed in both my personal and official life, I will be exemplary in obeying the laws of the land and the regulations of my department. Together, as a community, we foster order, safety, and freedom.
Welcome back to Gainesville PD On Duty. As we move into the holiday season, it's easy to forget how to remain vigilant against crime.
We want to remind everyone that while you are out shopping for the holidays, criminals are too. Make sure you remember to keep yourself and your belongings safe this season.
The following segment is always a favorite of both ours and the viewers. We hope that each of you has a safe and happy holiday season.
Give me your bag.
Give him the bag.
Holidays are rolling in right now. A lot of people are getting out, doing a lot of shopping, buying gifts for friends and loved ones. A lot of opportunity to find things that you want. However, thieves also have the opportunity to take those things from your friends and loved ones as well. A lot of people are staying in town for the holidays. Gainesville's their home. But we have a lot of people in Gainesville that are going to be traveling out of town.
That's the place.
If you're getting mail and you're going to be gone for a long time, you may want to call to have your mail halted or delivered to an alternate address.
All right, let's make this simple. We're gonna make it a smash and grab. Dude, where's your mask?
You didn't tell me not to have one.
We're robbing a place. You gotta have a mask.
There are two theories to robbing a place. One is to break in. Two, you gotta blend in. It's the holidays, man.
Make sure that there aren't things available for thieves to access your house, or that there aren't things outside that are telling the thief that there's things inside that they're going to want.
There's a key.
Trust your neighbors. Sometimes your neighbors are going to be people that you can reach out to keep an eye on your house. Remember, crime watches were made for that very purpose.
I'm on lookout.
Other things that you want to do, social media is great. We get to communicate with a lot of our friends in a different format. Unfortunately, too many people put too much information in social media.
All right, I got it. 70-inch flat screen. Let's break this bad boy in after exams.
Case in point, if you say you get that nice large screen television before the holidays, you don't want to say that you're leaving. You don't want to give your itinerary out, and you don't want to say when you'll be back.
Gonna go crank out this exam. Be back for the party at 7. Peace.
Those are things that thieves can use to know just how much time they have in your home.
Hey bros, sad day. Party's canceled. TV got jacked.
No matter how careful you check your home, sometimes thieves will break in. One thing we want you to remember is when you come back and you find your home broken into, do not go into the house immediately. That's the time to call 911. Let the police arrive and we'll search the house. So while we're shopping, say you're at a very large shopping area, thieves tend to patrol the parking lot just like a police officer would patrol looking for thieves. What they're looking for is they're looking for people who are very encumbered with a lot of gifts in their hands. They know that that person isn't able to pay attention as well as somebody that has a small amount of gifts in their hands.
Hey honey, I'm out. Yeah, I got him. You said 3. Well, she's not gonna care anyway. She's 4 years old. She can't even...
They're going to watch you all the way to your car. That's a very critical time for people because you're very vulnerable at that point. If a thief is going to actually try to take something from you, that'll be the time they'll do it. But most likely, they'll rather watch you to see what you're going to do.
I've been shopping for 5 hours. I really don't want to go back in there.
Keep in mind that thieves are out there and they're watching all of us to see if we're going to make a mistake.
Look, I don't care if your mother-in-law's coming into town. I'm the one who has to put up with it. You're going to be at work the whole time and I got to deal with her. Fine. I'll tell you what. I'll put all the stuff in the car and I'll go back in there. Are you happy? Good. Well, I hope you have dinner ready because it's going to be like midnight before I get home. All right. Love you too. Bye.
When you get your gifts, the best place to put them is in the trunk where no one can see them. We understand that it's Christmas time and people are buying a lot of gifts, so you're going to naturally overflow inside your car. Try to keep them low and out of sight so that thieves can't see them.
I'm really supposed to shop today. I'm supposed to go home.
If you pile your gifts up in your car, a lot of times you can't even get your car to lock because you'll hit the button and you think that it's locked and then you go to buy more gifts. That's when the thief strikes. They're going to start checking doors. They'll watch for people that are very careless with their vehicle.
Merry Christmas to me.
As you're going to your car, actually scan the parking lot. See if there's anyone sitting in their vehicle or just kind of lurking around in the parking lot. Those are potential thieves. The holidays are a great time. It's a lot of joy, and we get to hang out with people that we may not get to hang out with for a while. Sometimes you'll go shopping with your friend, you guys get caught up in conversation, and that time you don't pay attention to the things going on around you so much. We have to remember to remain vigilant because thieves are out there and they're looking for us to make mistakes. If you feel like you have to walk down a dark alley and you get a feeling in your gut saying don't go down there, learn to trust that. Those are your instincts. They've been given to us to keep us safe. If you're walking down a dark alley and you see somebody that looks suspicious, that's an indicator. That person may be a suspect. They may be somebody that's there to do you harm. Walk in a different direction. Trust your instincts, folks. They're there to keep you safe. Thieves like to jump out from behind objects. So let's say that you absolutely have to walk down that alley and that suspicious person jumps out and turns out they are a robber. What do you do then? Give me your bag.
Give him the bag.
That's a very terrifying situation. One, do what the person asks. If they want your money, give it away quickly. Those things are frivolous, you can get more money. Try to stay as calm as possible and call 911. Do your best to remember what the suspect looked like. Start from head to toe. Remember the things that they say because that person may do other robberies in other locations and are asking for the same things. That helps us tie things together and also gives us a location on where that person may be. We got to keep in mind that bad things can still happen. Stay vigilant. Remember, crime prevention is everybody's job.
As we do each holiday season, the Gainesville Police Department increases patrols in the shopping areas to make sure the Grinch doesn't ruin your holidays. After a break, we visit a GPD holiday tradition, shopping sprees with kids. Gainesville PD on duty. We'll be right back.
I actually don't remember anything from the accident. Crossing the intersection of 13th Street and 39th Avenue, and a truck pulled out in front of me. Wearing all black also doesn't help, so I was wearing all black. I had a son behind me. My head went full force into the hood of the truck that pulled out in front of me. I would definitely not be here if I hadn't been wearing a helmet. I would still ride again, but I would ride knowing that I risk my life every time I get on the bike. I think everyone should know that.
I will never act officiously or permit personal feelings, prejudices, animosities, or friendships to influence my decisions. With no compromise for crime and with relentless prosecution of criminals, I will enforce the law courteously and appropriately, without fear or favor, malice or ill will, and never employing unnecessary force.
The holiday season is a favorite time of the year for me for many reasons. I think my favorite reason is that we use the time to spread cheer to some of our younger residents. For the past few years, GPD has partnered with Target for the Heroes and Helpers event, and we also began working with Walmart for a Shop with a Cop event. Let's take a little behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to plan such a great event.
Heroes and Helpers is something that the Gainesville Police Department has done for about 5 years now. We started the partnership with Target and also with another local business, Beef O'Brady's. The program is designed to bring kids who may not get the opportunity to shop the way they would for this to the store, give them some exposure to our police officers, let them know that we're there to support them, that we're kind people, they can come to us if they ever need help. And we don't just focus on kids in need. These are also children who are setting great examples at school. They're great big brothers and sisters, they're making good grades, and they're just setting a good example all around.
My name is Jennifer Terry, Executive Team Leader for Assets Protection here at Target. So this is my 5th year participating in Heroes and Helpers. Target has an amazing partnership and is very vested in our community. We try to enmesh ourselves in whatever community we're in. And we also have a great connection with our local law enforcement agencies as well as our schools. So to give back and to give to kids that are specifically hand-chosen and brought in is great for us, and it sends a great message to our community that we're all here together.
People are just drawn to this program, and every year I know that there's certain people who are going to hunt me down to get on the list.
We all look forward to it. It's been on our calendar now for months.
I have never seen an unhappy officer at this event. These officers, it's their favorite time of year. They send me emails months in advance trying to get on the list, get the heads up on everyone else. We have people stopping by on a daily basis pretty much to hand over whatever they can to help make this program successful. We've chosen the kids several different ways. This year we're actually letting the school resource officers choose. Our officers are in all of our elementary schools, and they really get to know all of the kids throughout their school. Then we also partner with the principals, the guidance counselors, all to make sure that we're choosing the right children, that we're not selecting children that have already gone through the program, because we want to make sure that all the kids that deserve it get a chance. So when we pick up the kids at school, we meet them in the front office, and even though I think they're told that an officer is going to pick them up, I guess they just don't know what to expect. So when we show up in our car and we're like, come on, get in the front seat, and when we let them play with all the controls and talk on the PA system, you know, they think they're a mini officer for the day. We coordinate with Beef O'Brady's. They sponsor our entire meal for all of the children and the officers for free every single year. It's just smiles and laughing, and everyone acts like they've known each other for years. You have kids who are just there to have a good time.
My absolute favorite part is when everybody arrives and we get to welcome them. They are waving out the windows of the passenger seat of the patrol car. They're waving at all of my team members who are lined up wearing their capes and antlers, and we're all cheering for those kids as they arrive. And then they get out of the cars and we all line up and stand in one great big group, and they look like they just entered Disneyland. They all look around and they're looking at all the really, they can't even believe that they're here.
I credit a lot of this event to the Target staff. You know, they are outside in droves waiting for our police car parade essentially to come, and that gets the kids so pumped up because they have all these people that are there to see what they're doing, to high-five them as they come in and put antlers on their head and give them capes to wear and all kinds of fun stuff.
Each child shops with $100. They have $100 to spend on anything they want in the store. So another really exciting thing that happens quite frequently during our events is our guests don't really know what's happening initially until they catch on that, oh, this is the old Shop with the Cop, or this is Heroes and Helpers, and they'll try to sneak money to our kids or to our officers to help them boost their purchases and let them buy whatever it is that they want to buy in the store. We all have stories, so we all share our stories. It's the old water cooler conversation where we all stand around and talk about, I met this one, my favorite was this one, that kind of thing. Year before last, we had a child who went way over on what he wanted to buy. His officer that had him snuck him to a different lane and paid for the whole thing. And the kid left with his gift card.
I got this baby doll for my sister.
One particular story that I remember was my first year. And that was before I coordinated the program. So I was assigned to a child. I had a little girl, and it kind of blew me away that I had to convince her to buy a toy for herself, because we spent most of our time in the clothes section, and not clothes for her, clothes for her little sisters, her brother, basic toiletries, things that she thought her parents could use, just things that we kind of take for granted. And I saw pretty much an adult person in this 7-year-old. And those are the times where it's so easy to go into your own pocket and just be like, here, buy whatever you want, because, you know, she wasn't thinking about herself at all. And she even said to me, you know, I want to give my parents a good Christmas by taking care of my brother and sister.
So, is this one for you or your sister?
Sister.
This one's for you? Or who's this for?
Cousin.
Oh, you don't have anything for you yet?
I'm not yet.
So what do you want to get for you?
I don't know. It's me.
You gotta get something for you.
It was just really touching to see how thoughtful these kids are. They're so appreciative. They don't always have a lot, but they will give every penny of it away to someone else. So it's really amazing.
All right. It feels good. So you spend your whole life working and going to work and trudging away every day, and there's very few people in the entire world that can say what they do. It feels great. So it feels really great to give back to these kids.
It instantly makes you forget about anything bad that's going on in the world, because there's so many smiling faces, so many kind people, and you have customers stopping left and right, cheering for the kids, and everyone just gets really pumped up. It's a great distraction from the world we live in sometimes.
We're always amazed that a lot of these young kids make the choice to put their family first when shopping. We have to remind them that it's okay to buy things for themselves as well, but they generally make sure that everyone in their home has something.
And that wraps up this episode of Gainesville PD On Duty. Be sure to find us online on Facebook or Twitter, or by visiting our website at gainesvillepd.org. You can learn more about the Gainesville Police Department and even watch previous episodes.
We are always looking for new topics to share with you on the show, so please let us know what areas of the department you'd like to see featured. We would love to hear from you.
From all of us here at Gainesville PD On Duty, we wish you a great holiday season, however you choose to celebrate. We'll see you again soon for another episode of Gainesville PD On Duty.
I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith, and I accept it as public trust to be held, so long as I am true to the ethics of the police service. I will constantly strive to achieve these objectives and ideals, dedicating myself before God to my chosen profession, law enforcement.
He said to me, Mom, you know, I want to get a bike. And I said, Tom, I don't want you to get a bike. Something happens to you, I don't think I can go on. And he said, Mom, nothing's going to happen. He was a safe driver. He wore all the gear, but was a bike, so they're just not safe. You just don't have metal around you.
Ha ha ha!